Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the Upstream oxygen sensor on a Kia Rio. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the only items that you'll need to complete this. Obviously, you're going to need your replacement sensor. And you can get O2 sensors online. You can get them at automotive stores, dealerships, things like that. But depending where you get them, the price point is going to change. Now, if you get real cheap ones, then you may be getting garbage because these things need to be fine-tuned specifically for your vehicle or they can affect your performance. So you want to make sure that if you're looking for a quality one that you're pretty much ready to pay a little bit extra for, that I'll put along the bottom kind of what the range is for these. Next, you're going to need an O2 sensor socket. I have two different ones here. We have this one here, which I actually like this kind. Your ratchet goes in here. You also have this one here where the ratchet just connects here, and then this has this cutout where it'll slide over the cable itself. I've used both of these. I prefer this one, but either one of those will work. And then last but not least, you will need a ratchet. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to check the codes. We do have a check engine light that's on, and I'll let you know the codes that we're getting that are indicating that it is the O2 sensors. If you want to see a video I did on how to check engine codes, you can do so via the link above. I'll also have a link down in the description. Also, for a really inexpensive OBD2 Bluetooth scanner that goes together with the app Torque Pro, highly recommend that as well. It's a good way to just be able to check your codes. There's our check engine light that's on. Just ignore the airbag sensor. I'm going to be fixing that in an upcoming video. But there's our check engine light. And when I check the scan tool, what we're getting is a P0130, which is the O2 sensor bank 1 sensor 1. Let's go ahead and I'll pop this up so we can take a look in here. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you have this plastic engine cover that needs to come off so you can get to it back here. It's just held on by 4 clips. Just give it a good pull on the front, the backs. And now that comes off, we can set that out of the way. And then we can see everything in here. Let me get a close-up. Coming along here, you have right back there, that's your harness right here for your upstream sensor. Below it, you have the one for your downstream or sensor 2. And if you want to know a little bit more about catalytic, about O2 sensors and their functionality, terminology, all that stuff, you can do so via the link above. I'll also have it down in the description. But just briefly, upstream is before the catalytic converter, downstream is after it. So if we come along here, there you can see it. That's your downstream harness right here. This is your upstream, which is what we're changing here, the black one. And if we follow that cable along, you'll see the sensor is located right here. You see it right back there. That's your upstream sensor. So that's the one that we're going to be replacing. You can get to it here from the top or from the bottom. I just get to it from the top. If you were doing the downstream, I'll show you where that one is. That one's, and there it is. That's your downstream in case you were going to do that one too. I'll do a video on how to replace that one at another time, but right now we're just focusing on this one here, which is our upstream sensor. This is the harness right here. And if you slide it, you can slide it off of this little hole right there. It slides right off of there. And then if we turn it over on this side here, there's a little tab that you can push in to slide that out, which I'm going to do next. And then once we take this off, it'll be easier to remove the sensor itself. That way the wires aren't getting kind of tangled on top of themselves. So we push this tab in. And while we're pushing it, just gently pull it out. And it will slide right out. And there we go. So this part here stays put. This part here goes with the sensor. These can be on here very tight, especially like in the case of this vehicle where I believe these are the original ones. They've been on there for years. They're kind of seized on there. So it's not a bad idea. As you can see, what I did here is I sprayed it with some penetrating oil. Let it sink in a little bit because that'll make your life a lot easier. And sometimes if it's too tight, you may also want to use a breaker bar to help kind of break that loose. But I'm going to go ahead, we're going to put the socket on this, and we're going to remove that so we can put the new one on. So to slide it over it, you can see that this socket is slotted. So that way it slides right here around it. And then let's see here. So now we got a tight bond there, and now we can connect the ratchet here, and we can remove that. Okay. There we go. As mentioned already, sometimes if these are tight, you got to use a breaker bar or something to break them loose, which in this case here, I let the penetrating oil sink in, and it's coming off. Now with the harness taken off, it'll be easier to unscrew this now. So we can just unscrew it by hand, take off this sensor, and this is it here. So let's go ahead and compare it to the new one. We'll put the new one in and then connect it. So this one came off. This is the new one. So we'll take this top off of it. Unscrew that. And now you look, the one on the right is the bad one. The one on the left is the new one. You can see the difference. All that. Some people may try to clean it, but I don't know. Every time I've cleaned it, it's just a Band-Aid. Sometimes you just need to replace these things and bite the bullet. So let's go ahead and screw the new one on. It has the anti-seize already applied to it. If not, you want to add that to the threads. That way it'll keep it from seizing on like we ran into when we took this one off. So we're bringing the new sensor in and put it right in here. And we're going to attach the harness afterwards because it'll make it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and hand tighten it in. And then we'll go ahead and get the socket, tighten it the rest of the way. But you can see the anti-seize on the threads there, that whitish gray. But you want to definitely always hand tighten it. That way you don't cross thread anything. So we have it nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to put the socket on it, tighten it up a little bit more. And then we'll go ahead and plug in the harness. All right. So it looks like we have that tight. I'm going to go ahead and slide this on right here. And then we'll go ahead and attach the harness. There we are. So now, see if I can get a shot of it right here. Now we can just take the harness with the clip on the bottom, bring it in here, clips in, that's connected. Now the next thing you want to do is you have these little points here. So you just want to feed your wires into those because that will keep things from moving around. Put that in. Here's our old one here. Everything has been swapped out. Let's go ahead and put the engine cover back on. Just line it up right here with the little pegs. And everything is good. That wraps up this video on how to replace the Upstream O2 sensor on a Kia Rio. I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out with any projects you're working on. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, as I'm always posting new content. I'll see you next time.